Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a calm and steady moment today. Take a slow breath and allow your mind to feel a little more relaxed. Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to speak English, but suddenly your mind went blank? Like you knew English, but in that moment nothing came out? You understand the question. You know the words. You have practiced before. But when it is time to speak, everything stops. Your thoughts disappear. Your mouth feels slow, and the silence becomes longer. And in that moment, you feel something uncomfortable. Why is this happening? Why can I not say anything? Many learners experience this exact moment, not once, but many times. And this creates a very specific kind of frustration. Because the problem is not knowledge. You know English. You have studied. You have practiced. But in that moment, you cannot use it. And this creates doubt. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I need more study. Maybe I am not ready yet. But here is something very important to understand. Freezing is not about ability. It is about reaction. When you are in a real situation, your brain is under pressure. Someone is waiting. You need to respond. Time feels short, and this creates stress. When your brain feels stress, it changes how it works. Instead of thinking clearly, it becomes cautious. It slows down. It tries to avoid mistakes, and this is where the problem begins. Another important idea is overthinking. In that moment, you try to build the perfect sentence. You check grammar. You search for the right word. You try to be correct. But this takes time. And while you are thinking, you are not speaking. Another key point is fear of mistakes. If you are afraid of being wrong, you hesitate. You stop yourself. You do not speak freely. And this blocks your expression. Another important idea is expectation. You expect yourself to speak well, to sound natural, to respond quickly. But this expectation creates pressure, and pressure reduces performance. Let me share a simple example. Two learners are in the same situation. They are asked a simple question. How was your day? The first person begins to think. They try to build a complete answer. I went to actually. They hesitate. They stop. Their mind becomes blank. The second person responds differently. It was good. I worked. I feel tired. Simple, not perfect, but continuous. And the conversation continues. Why? Because they did not try to be perfect. They focused on response, not performance. Another key point is mental overload. In real conversation, many things happen at the same time. You listen, you understand, you think, you speak. And if your brain is not trained for this, it becomes overwhelmed. And when your brain is overwhelmed, it stops. Another important idea is lack of real practice. Many learners practice alone. They feel comfortable. They speak well. But real situations are different. They include pressure. They include unpredictability. And without this experience, your brain is not prepared. At this point, you may begin to see something clearly. Freezing is not a lack of knowledge. It is a reaction to pressure. It is a reaction to expectation. It is a reaction to fear. But there is still something important we need to understand. How can we stop freezing? How can we stay calm and respond naturally in real situations? And this is where the story begins to go deeper. From freezing to flowing. Now that we understand that freezing is a reaction to pressure, we can begin to explore how to respond more naturally in that moment. The goal is not to eliminate pressure completely. The goal is to continue speaking even when you feel it. The first step is to reduce your response expectation. Many learners feel they must give a good answer, a complete answer, a correct answer, but this creates pressure. So change your goal. Do not aim for a good answer. Aim for a simple answer, something short, something easy. This reduces stress, and when stress is lower, your brain works better. The second step is to respond immediately. Do not wait for the perfect sentence. Say something first. Even one word is enough. Yes, good, I think so. This starts the flow, and once you begin, it becomes easier to continue. The third step is to use familiar response patterns. Do not try to create new sentences. Use what you already know. Simple patterns, short expressions. These require less thinking, and less thinking creates faster response. The fourth step is to accept imperfect speaking. You will make mistakes. This is normal. Do not stop. Continue speaking. Flow is more important than correctness. Let me share a simple example. Two learners are asked a simple question. What do you do? The first person tries to answer perfectly. I am currently working as, actually. They stop. They hesitate. Their mind becomes blank. The second person answers simply, I work. I study. I am learning. Then they continue. Simple, but continuous. And this keeps the conversation alive. The fifth step is to slow your thinking, not your speech. This may sound strange, but when your mind is rushing, it creates confusion. So relax your mind. Think simply, and your speech will follow more naturally. The sixth step is to focus on the listener, not yourself. When you focus on yourself, you think about mistakes. You think about performance. But when you focus on the other person, you focus on communication. And communication is easier than performance. The seventh step is to practice real-time response. Ask yourself simple questions daily. Answer quickly. Do not think too long. This trains your brain to react under time pressure. The eighth step is to simulate real situations. Imagine conversations. Practice common scenarios. Introduce yourself. Order food. Answer basic questions. This builds familiarity, and familiarity reduces fear. Another important idea is breathing. When you feel pressure, your body becomes tense. Your breathing becomes shallow. This affects your thinking, so take a slow breath. Relax your body. This helps your brain stay clear. Another key point is emotional acceptance. Do not fight nervousness. Accept it. It is normal. And when you accept it, it loses power. Another important idea is repetition of success. Each time you respond, even a little, you build confidence, and confidence reduces freezing. At this point, you may begin to notice something different. You respond faster. You hesitate less, and your mind feels more stable. But there is still one important part left. How do we make this stable in real conversations? How do we continue speaking, even in unexpected situations? And this is where the story moves forward, from reacting to responding naturally. So now we come to the final part of this story. How can you stay stable and keep speaking in real situations? Because practicing is one step, but real interaction is unpredictable. Many learners improve during practice. They respond faster. They feel more comfortable. But when they face real people, they still freeze sometimes. So the real goal is not to remove freezing completely. The real goal is to recover quickly and continue speaking. The first step is to accept that freezing can happen. Even advanced learners freeze sometimes. Even native speakers hesitate. This is natural. So do not expect perfect performance. Expect movement. The second step is to restart immediately. If you stop, begin again. Say something simple. I mean, let me think. I think. These small phrases restart your flow. The third step is to keep your sentences short. Long sentences increase pressure. Short sentences reduce it. So break your ideas. Say one thing at a time. This keeps your thinking clear. The fourth step is to use recovery patterns. Prepare simple phrases in advance. I forgot the word. I want to say, maybe like this. These phrases help you continue, even when you feel stuck. Let me share a simple example. Two learners are in a conversation. The first person forgets a word. They stop. They feel embarrassed. They become silent. The conversation ends. The second person forgets a word. They continue. I don't know the word, but then they explain differently. The conversation continues. Why? Because they focused on continuation, not perfection. The fifth step is to reduce emotional reaction. When you freeze, do not panic. Do not judge yourself. Just continue. This keeps your mind stable. The sixth step is to build real experience. Practice is important, but real interaction is different. So expose yourself gradually. Small conversations, short exchanges. This builds confidence. The seventh step is to trust your ability. You know more than you think. Your brain has learned patterns. So trust it. Allow it to respond. The eighth step is to maintain consistency. Speaking is a skill. It improves with use, so continue practicing, even in small ways. Another important idea is identity. See yourself as someone who continues speaking, not someone who stops. This changes your behavior. Another key point is resilience. There will be difficult moments. There will be awkward situations. But if you continue, you improve. Another important idea is patience. Confidence in real situations takes time. It grows through experience, through repetition, through persistence. Over time, something begins to change. You no longer freeze completely. You may pause, but you continue. Your mind recovers faster, and your speaking becomes more stable. And in that moment, you realize something important. You did not need perfect English. You needed continuous English. And this is the result of everything you have done. Not more knowledge, but better reaction. So if you remember one thing from this story, remember this. Do not stop. Restart quickly. Continue speaking. And trust that your confidence will grow. Thank you for spending this time with the story. And as always, see you in the next story.